Many people look for Allah's love in comfort, success, and ease. They assume that if Allah truly loves someone, life should feel smooth and rewarding. But divine love has never been measured by comfort alone. In fact, some of the clearest signs of Allah's love appear during moments of struggle, inner discomfort, and quiet restlessness. Allah's love is rarely loud. It does not announce itself with miracles or constant happiness. More often, it appears as an inner awakening, a disturbance that refuses to let the heart fall asleep. When Allah loves a servant, He keeps their heart alive. And a living heart does not remain comfortable with emptiness. One of the first signs is inner unease, not anxiety, not hopelessness, but a subtle dissatisfaction with superficial living. Things that once felt enjoyable begin to feel hollow. Certain environments become heavy. Certain conversations feel meaningless. This discomfort is not a problem. It is a signal. Allah does not allow the heart He loves to settle into distraction without resistance. Another sign of Allah's love is sensitivity after sin. A servant may fall because human beings are imperfect, but peace does not follow wrongdoing. There is regret. There is discomfort. There is a desire to return. This feeling is not punishment, it is protection. Allah does not let the hearts He loves normalize disobedience. When Allah loves a servant, He also slows them down. Plans do not move as expected. Doors close unexpectedly. Waiting becomes unavoidable. At first, this feels like loss or delay, but slowing down creates space for reflection. Allah removes speed so the heart can see. Another sign is a growing need for prayer, not formal prayer alone, but honest conversation. The servant begins to speak to Allah not only to ask, but to explain, confess, and seek clarity. This depth in prayer is not common. It is a gift. Allah also uses loneliness as a sign of love. People drift away. Support weakens. The servant feels misunderstood. But this loneliness is not abandonment. It is invitation. Allah removes noise so the servant can hear their own heart and His guidance. When Allah loves a servant, He sharpens their awareness. Small mistakes feel heavy. Words are weighed more carefully. Intentions are questioned. This awareness can feel exhausting, but it is a shield. Allah protects what He loves by making it sensitive. Another sign of Allah's love is the inability to remain stagnant. The servant cannot stay the same. Even when they try, something inside pushes them to grow. Comfort no longer satisfies. Routine without meaning becomes unbearable. This restlessness is not rebellion, it is readiness. Allah prepares the hearts He loves for something deeper. If your heart keeps asking questions, if silence feels meaningful rather than empty, if comfort no longer feels fulfilling, do not rush to assume something is wrong. Sometimes these are the earliest signs of divine care. When Allah loves a servant, the changes He brings are often internal before they become visible. Others may not notice anything different, but the servant feels it clearly. The heart begins to respond differently to life. One of the strongest signs of Allah's love is inner correction. The servant notices their own flaws without being exposed by others. A word said too quickly feels heavy, an intention feels mixed. A moment of carelessness lingers longer than expected. This self-awareness is not self-hate, it is guidance. Allah corrects those He loves quietly before public consequences appear. Another sign is a deepening sense of responsibility. The servant stops blaming people, circumstances, or fate. Instead, they begin to ask, what is Allah teaching me through this? This shift marks maturity. A heart that takes responsibility is a heart being prepared. When Allah loves a servant, He also reshapes their relationship with the world. Attachment weakens, possessions lose control, loss is still painful, but it no longer destroys. The servant learns that what stays is never truly owned, and what leaves was never guaranteed. This realization does not create indifference. It creates freedom. Allah's love also appears in moments of forced patience. The servant is made to wait, not because Allah is withholding, but because the heart is being strengthened. Waiting builds trust. Trust deepens reliance. Reliance purifies intention. Another sign is increased sensitivity to injustice, not only in the world, but within the self. The servant becomes uncomfortable benefiting at the expense of others. Small dishonesty feels heavy. Shortcuts feel wrong. This moral alertness protects the heart long before major harm occurs. Allah also refines speech when He loves a servant. Words are chosen more carefully. Gossip feels draining. Complaints feel empty. Silence becomes meaningful. Language begins to align with intention. Another powerful sign is the inability to enjoy sin. Even when temptation appears attractive, peace does not follow. Enjoyment feels incomplete. The heart knows it does not belong there. This discomfort is a form of mercy. Allah's love also brings a clearer understanding of consequences. Not fear-based anxiety, but awareness. The servant sees where paths lead. Choices are no longer random. Life becomes intentional. When Allah loves a servant, He places reminders exactly when they are needed. An ayah appears at the right time. A sentence from a lecture feels personal. An experience mirrors an inner struggle. These are not coincidences, they are divine alignment. Another sign is the gradual weakening of ego. Praise no longer satisfies. Recognition feels unnecessary. The servant becomes more concerned with alignment than applause. This humility protects sincerity. Allah's love also increases gratitude in unexpected places. The servant begins to notice small mercies, clarity after confusion, calm after fear, strength after weakness. Gratitude becomes quieter but deeper. One of the most misunderstood signs of Allah's love is inner struggle. The servant wrestles with themselves. Old habits clash with new awareness. Comfort fights conscience. This struggle is painful, but it means the heart is alive. A heart that is not loved is often left undisturbed. Allah's love does not remove hardship. It gives hardship meaning. Another sign is resilience. The servant may fall, but they recover faster. They do not remain stuck in guilt. They return with more honesty and less pride. This ability to return is a gift. Allah also protects the direction of the servant He loves. They may take detours, but they do not get lost completely. Something always pulls them back. Reflection, regret, remembrance. When Allah loves a servant, He does not let them drift aimlessly. If these signs feel familiar, if your heart feels sensitive, restless, and aware, do not rush to label it as weakness. It may be Allah caring for your heart in ways that comfort never could. At some point, the servant begins to realize that Allah's love is not something to be proven. It is something to be recognized. It is recognized not through comfort, but through care, not through ease, but through attention. Allah's love watches over the heart. When Allah loves a servant, He does not leave the heart unattended. Even when the servant is distracted, something pulls them back. Even when they forget, something reminds them. This quiet return is not coincidence. It is care. One of the clearest ways to recognize Allah's love is to look at what He does not allow to settle in your heart. He does not allow prolonged heedlessness. He does not allow comfort with wrongdoing. He does not allow the heart to sleep deeply while drifting. Instead, He awakens it, gently or firmly, but always purposefully. Allah's love does not mean the servant will be spared pain. It means the pain will not be wasted. Every struggle becomes instruction. Every loss becomes clarification. Every delay becomes preparation. A loved servant learns to read life differently. They stop asking only, "Why is this happening?" and begin asking, "What is this shaping in me?" This shift marks spiritual maturity. Another sign of Allah's love is endurance without bitterness. The servant may still feel pain, but resentment does not take root. Complaints soften into acceptance. Anger transforms into understanding. This transformation does not come from strength, it comes from trust. Allah's love also teaches balance. The servant no longer chases the world with desperation, nor abandons it with neglect. They engage without attachment. They strive without obsession. This balance protects the heart from extremes. When Allah loves a servant, He strengthens their relationship with repentance. Returning becomes natural. Shame does not block the path. Pride does not resist correction. The servant returns quickly, honestly, and without delay. This ability to return is one of the greatest signs of divine care. Another sign is clarity during confusion. Even when the future is uncertain, the heart feels anchored. There is anxiety, but not chaos. Questions, but not collapse. This inner steadiness is not self-generated. It is placed. Allah's love also refines intention over time. Actions become quieter. Motives become purer. The servant becomes less concerned with being seen and more concerned with being aligned. This alignment brings peace that comfort cannot provide. If you find yourself unable to settle for shallow happiness, if your heart refuses to be satisfied with distractions, if ease no longer feels enough, do not assume you are broken. Sometimes these are signs that Allah is preserving your heart. Allah's love may disturb your comfort, but it will never harm your faith. It may slow you down, but it will never mislead you. It may test you, but it will never abandon you. Recognizing Allah's love requires honesty. It requires looking beyond appearances and listening to what the heart is learning. And if your heart is learning, growing, and returning, even imperfectly, that itself may be one of the clearest signs that Allah has not let you go. May Allah make us among those whose hearts He protects, corrects, and draws closer. May He teach us to recognize His care even when it arrives wrapped in difficulty. And may He grant us hearts that respond to His love with trust, patience, and sincerity.